Key Yankees reliever heads to injured list. The New York Yankees have lost yet another reliever to injury, as right-handed pitcher Jake Cousins has been placed on the 15-day IL. Cousins had to leave Thursday's game against the Seattle Mariners with pec tightness after feeling soreness before the game even began. Now, the team confirmed that the 30-year-old pitcher is dealing with a right pec strain, which is definitely not the news we wanted to hear. In response, the Yankees called up right-hander Clayton Beeter from AAA Scranton/Wilkes-Barre to take his place. If you are a fan of Yankees right, go Yankees in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Before today's game, the Yankees announced the following roster moves. Jake Cousins was placed on the 15-day injured list, retroactive to September 20th, with a right pec strain. Clayton Beeter, number 85, was recalled from AAA Scranton/Wilkes-Barre. Cousins, in his first year with the Yankees, has been one of the top relievers for the team. In 38 innings pitched, he's racked up 53 strikeouts and boasts an impressive 2.37 ERA. His whip is sitting at 1.053, making him the second-best reliever in the Yankees bullpen, just behind Luke Weaver, who has pitched more than 30 innings. Clayton Beeter, who's replacing Cousins, is getting his second shot at Major League action this season. His first and only big league appearance was on March 28th against the Houston Astros, where he threw just a 3-pitch inning. But down in AAA, he's been pretty solid. In 10 games with Scranton/Wilkes-Barre, including 7 starts, Beeter has a 3-1 record with a 2.25 ERA and 51 strikeouts over 36 innings. The Yankees are hoping he can carry that success into the big leagues. Losing Cousins is going to sting. Yankees manager Aaron Boone has been using him in a key setup role to support newly appointed closer Luke Weaver. With Cousins out, we'll likely see more of Clay Holmes stepping up in the 7th or 8th inning. The big hope is that Cousins can heal up quickly and return in time for the playoffs because the Yankees are going to need all hands on deck for the postseason. Looking ahead, the Yankees are wrapping up their West Coast trip and heading back home for a crucial series against the Baltimore Orioles. After Sunday's victory against the Oakland Athletics, New York is just one win away from clinching the AL East title. If you're pumped for the postseason and believe in the Yankees, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any updates or news. We've got a lot more to come as the season wraps up, and you won't want to miss it. What do you guys think about Jake Cousins' injury? Do you think Clayton Beeter can fill his shoes while he's out? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. How Yankees' biggest what-if altered their season. Former New York Yankees closer Clay Holmes started the 2024 season as one of baseball's best relievers. But things took a turn after the All-Star break, and it's had a big impact on the team's season. Yankees GM Brian Cashman had so much faith in Holmes that he decided not to go after a big relief arm during the trade deadline. Now, looking back, that decision might not have been the best call. If you are a fan of Yankees right, go Yankees in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Holmes kept struggling, and by early September, he lost his spot as the Yankees closer. Even though Luke Weaver has been doing great in that role now, the lack of bullpen depth is a real concern as the postseason approaches. Imagine what might have happened if the Yankees had acted sooner and brought in more relief help. Bleacher Report's Joel Reuter dug into this what-if scenario in a recent article. He pointed out how Holmes was unstoppable in the beginning, not allowing a single earned run in his first 20 games of the season. By June 9th, he had a 1.23 ERA and 19 saves in 22 chances. Then, it all started to unravel. Holmes struggled through a brutal stretch, with a 7.45 ERA, 3 losses, and 3 blown saves in his final 10 appearances before the All-Star break. But despite that rough patch, he was still named to the AL All-Star team for his hot start. Things didn't really get better in the second half, but the Yankees waited until his 11th blown save of the season on September 3rd to finally take him out of the closer role. Now, Luke Weaver, who started the year as a starter but later switched to the bullpen, has been given the job of closing games. Along with Tommy Connell and Ian Hamilton as other key bullpen pieces, the Yankees are trying to patch things up in time for the playoffs. But you've got to wonder, if the Yankees had realized Holmes was in trouble sooner, could they have made a stronger move at the trade deadline to strengthen their bullpen? One name that pops up is Tanner Scott, a former Marlins closer who got traded to the Padres. Since then, Scott has been on fire with San Diego, and you can't help but think the Yankees might be regretting not going after someone like him. Even with all these bullpen questions, the Yankees are still a top-tier team ready to chase a World Series title. But if things don't go as planned, and their bullpen becomes a weak spot in the postseason, sticking with Holmes instead of making a move at the trade deadline could end up being one of those decisions that haunts them. So what do you think? Should the Yankees have pulled the trigger on a trade for another closer sooner, or do you think they made the right call sticking with Holmes? Let us know in the comments. And before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on all the latest Yankees news. Thanks for watching, and let's go Yankees! Yankees get encouraging update on injured reliever Brad Penner. Main images. It shouldn't be too long before Jake Cousins takes the mound again for the New York Yankees. The right-hander had an injury scare during his last appearance on September 19th against the Seattle Mariners. He threw just 6 pitches with noticeably reduced velocity before having to leave the game. On Sunday, the Yankees placed him on the 15-day injured list, citing a right pectoral strain as the cause. If you are a fan of the Yankees, write "Go Yankees" in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Luckily, just 2 days later, the Yankees got some good news. Multiple sources from the team shared that Cousins felt very encouraged after meeting with Dr. Chris Ahmad, the team's physician. An MRI scan showed that there was nothing seriously wrong with the pectoral muscle, easing concerns. Jake Cousins himself said the doctor's visit went well and that he plans to start throwing again in a few days. His goal to be ready for October 5th, which happens to be the date of Game 1 of the American League Division Series, ALDS. Brian Hawk from MLB.com even tweeted the following update. Yankees RHP Jake Cousins said his doctor visit was very encouraging. The plan is to start throwing in a few days with the goal of being ready on October 5th. At Brian Hawk, September 24, 2024. The good news is that Cousins' injury doesn't seem as severe as initially feared. He's taking a short break before he starts throwing again, with the aim of returning to the mound by the ALDS. That's huge for the Yankees, especially since Cousins has been a key part of their bullpen this season. Cousins came to the Yankees from the Chicago White Sox on March 31st in exchange for cash considerations. Since being called up from AAA Scranton/Wilkes-Barre on June 27th, he's been nothing short of a standout. Posting a 2.34 ERA, a 1.05 whip, and racking up 48 strikeouts against 17 walks, Cousins has been a reliable arm out of the bullpen. His wipeout slider has been a game-changer, and it earned him more and more high-leverage situations throughout the summer. Eventually, he became one of the Yankees' go-to-setup men. Even with Cousins sidelined, the Yankees' bullpen has been on fire lately. Since September 6th, they've only given up 9 runs, 7 of them earned, over 58.1 innings, which is good for a microscopic 1.08 ERA. This relief squad is heating up at just the right time, and if Cousins comes back for the playoffs, they could be even more dominant. So, Yankees fans, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the latest updates. We'll be covering all the exciting playoff action and more as the Yankees make their push for October glory. What do you think about this update on Jake Cousins? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.